Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo casino, first opened in 1863, and of course a certain road race first held in 1929. There is no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than a few inches away from the race-ending barriers. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, with Esteban Ocon alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Norris, Doohan, Richards, Sainz, Leclerc, Verstappen, Albon, Sargent, Stroll, Gasly, Liam Lawson, Bottas, Perez, Ricciardo, Teo Porcher, Joe, Tsunoda, Hauger, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. Alongside me once again for coverage of today's race, it's none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Richards. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
They've been avoiding mistakes and have had solid pace, so it's been a good season so far, but whether they can keep that up long-term remains to be seen.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going. Okay, so let's go through all the gears if we can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, but don't go too high with the revs. Understood, copy that. Okay, copy that. No threat of rain for the time being, conditions look good. Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights. Piastri's ahead of you. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Ocon is ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 2.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. We think they've got 1 more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:24.4. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Russell behind. Our gap behind is 2.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:20.2. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 7.6 seconds. Okay, 2 stops left now, 2 stops. You've got 18 laps until your pit window opens. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Okay, the gap behind is 2.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. We think they've got 1 more stop. Time last lap was a 1:19.9. Ocon ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. Your last lap time was a 1:20.1. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Russell behind, and the gap behind us is 1.7 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. And the time last lap was a 1:19.9. Gap to your teammate behind is 9.4 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. They're currently 5th. Time last lap was a 1:21.2. Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Tyre condition still looking good. If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do. VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Okay, mate, don't worry about the damage. I've got some new strategy options if you go and check your MFD. All right, we'll be doing 1 more stop today. 1 stop left in this strategy. Lawson's just ahead. Come on, let's push. They're on fresh mediums. Perez is behind you. We're leading the car behind by 3.0 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Your pit window doesn't open for more than 20 laps. Okay, the static over the radio. Say it again. Okay, that's Lawson ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Perez behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Your pit window doesn't open for more than 20 laps. P13, currently in P13. Bottas ahead. Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 1.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Lawson behind. Okay, gap to the car behind. 1.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 31.7 seconds. Your pit window doesn't open for more than 20 laps. Well, what happened? Let me know you're okay.
race with a few exceptions saw only 6 cars line up on the grid. This was the infamous 2005 US Grand Prix, which saw...
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Tell me, Anne, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. That's a positive result for George Russell, who further solidifies his position at the top of the standings. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Difficult call, but I'd like to say Esteban Ocon. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of his tyres, and he showed that today.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.